Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. This is Mustard, Ketchup, Mayo, 1000. And we're back with another UFC Fight Night prediction video. Just gonna start off with last week's UFC Fight Night, but obviously this week it's gonna be Moicano versus Duncan, which is kind of boring. But I mean, we live and we learn. Could be worse, could be better. Yeah, could be worse. Could be better. I mean, I've said this twice now, but I mean, it's not that bad. Yes, people are not gonna like it because let's be honest, it should be better in the sense that of quality, because you're paying for this. I mean, but it could be a lot worse in my opinion. Um, Regardless though, we're gonna start off with last week's card. Did pretty bad, I would say. 6 out of 13. One of the fights became a no contest, but yeah, Alexia won. I was expecting that. Ricky Simone, Adrian Yanez, no contest. Navajo Sterling. I did not expect a KO, but KO happened. Didn't expect Casey O'Neill KO. Didn't expect Hero Fortune to win. Chase Hooper is down bad. I'm so sorry. My goat is washed. Ignacio Bahamondes got robbed, in my opinion. Kyle Nelson is not who I think he was. I don't know why I thought he was good enough to win. Clearly not. Um, I'm glad I got Bill Gorey right. I got Douglas right. Got Chiesa right by submission, but knocked round two. Alexa Grasso, I'm glad that I got right pick wise, but not the method of victory. So her KO was really badass. And Izzy's just washed. Rest in peace, Izzy. But this is the new week. It's Moicano versus Duncan. Let's get straight into it with the first fight of the night, which is Dakota Hope versus Kai Kamaka 3. I'm going with Kai Kamaka 3. Just because he has fought a way better level of competition in comparison to Dakota Hope. Dakota Hope looks like he's promising, don't get me wrong. I think he could potentially go really far. But I'm going to trust Kamaka on this one. Coming out of the Extreme Couture gym, as well as having PFL, Bellator, Tough Enough, and this is his second run in the UFC. I'm expecting him to actually try, and it looked like he got kind of, what's the word? Robbed of his first run. I feel like he didn't look as bad as he realistically seems to have done. If he got cut the first time, come back around, he's gotten more experience. I think he's ready again for a second run. I'm taking him by decision. Next fight, Dion Barbosa versus Melissa Gatto. I'm taking Barbosa a decision. Gatto is not good. The Tamirez Vidal KO looks good, and without having knowing anything about the fight, but Tamirez Vidal is not good anyways. Aside from that, all these other wins look good, but her opponents are not good. Dion Barbosa actually has some level of competition that actually looks good, and she's going on a win and lose, back and forth thing. I think this is her chance to at least prove it. Taking her by decision. Next fight has Matt Bekayev versus Tresean Gore. Taking Bekayev decision. I don't think Tresean Gore is as bad as his record makes it out to be. But Bekayev is a monster, so I'm taking him by decision. I don't think he's gonna KO Tresean Gore, in my opinion. I think Tresean Gore is just gonna be there. He kind of just eats shots. I didn't see the Cody Brennan fight, but I remember the Marco Tulio fight. He looked really bad. Or rather, he was getting pieced up really bad. He didn't lose. It was more like a doctor stoppage more than a straight right, if I remember correctly. But, yeah. Bekayev by decision. probably gonna get KO'd, but I'm taking him by decision. Next fight, Haley Cohen versus Elise Pereira. I'm taking Pereira by decision. Haley Cohen is not good. She hasn't had a win on the UFC, and she had a split decision on Dana White Contender Series. I don't trust somebody who hasn't won in the UFC yet. To be fair, the same thing can be said about Elise Pereira, but at least she came in on short notice against Montse Rendon. Or not necessarily short notice, but it was her first fight. So I'm expecting her to at least be ready this time around. One, and two, show some improvement. She's only 20, so come on. We need to see it. We need to see it on your end, Elise. Please prove us right. Anyways, next fight, Lando Venata versus Darius Flowers. Taking Darius Flowers. Yes, both of them look really bad on paper. But I do think Darius Flowers, he has a chance of doing something. He is on a 3-fight lose streak in the UFC, but they're against good opponents: Jake Matthews, Michael Johnson, Evan Elder. And we look at Lando, Daniel Zellhuber not looking too good. Mind you, his 2-year layoff, also 3-year layoff basically. Charles Jourdain's doing goodish now, or doing a lot better now, but this was at featherweight. Either featherweight or lightweight, I'm not sure. Regardless, that was when Charles Jourdain was not doing the greatest. King Green loss, not bad. So I'm taking Darius Flowers by decision. I feel like people are kind of underestimating him. Yes, he's not the greatest, but he's also not the worst either. So I'm going in there and expecting a Darius Flowers masterclass, even though we've never seen that happen. Let's see. Let's hope it happens this Saturday. Next fight, Alessandro Costa versus Stuart Nickel. Alessandro Costa by decision, possibly KO. Yeah, I don't know. Stuart Nickel is not who we thought he was at all. Fully content with picking Costa by decision. He is good, really good. Nickel, not so much. Not as much as we made him out to be. So I'm taking him by decision. There's nothing else to say about that one. Thomas Peterson versus Guillermo Pat. I think this fight had already happened, I swear. But I'm taking Guillermo Pat by KO round 1. Peterson kind of just gives up after a while. Could go either way, in my opinion. Yes, it's pick'em, so there's a reason why it could go either way. But Guillermo Pat already has the win in the UFC. Yes, it was a layup, but it was still a win. So just because of that, I'm taking him by KO round 1. Thomas Pedersen might take the fall. We'll see. Next fight, Robert Ruchala versus Jose Delano. I'm taking Robert Ruchala by decision. I think this is a lot closer in the odds, in my opinion. Yes, I do think Jose Delano will probably win. I'm going to take Ruchala, though. I want to take my chances. I think he has fought a way better level of competition at KSW compared to Jose Delano. I feel like Jose Delano's best level of comp was Gabriel Santos. He got KO'd by him. So that kind of shows where he's at level-wise. And then on top of that, Ruchala still has... he's only 27. He still has time. And he lost to William Gomis. Gomis is not bad. I'd rather someone lose to Gomis by decision than get KO'd by Gabriel Santos. Going the distance always looks so much better than getting finished. So, taking Ruchala by decision. We'll see. Delano most likely probably will win. I'm still taking my chances though. Next fight, Tommy McMillan versus Manolo Zucchini. Taking McMillan easily. Submission round 2. Possibly KO. McMillan's actually really good. Yes, he might be a little bit overrated, but I do think he is good. The Magoyan fight was really good. He was losing really badly at the beginning, brought it back for himself. I'm expecting uh, something, or at least like a showcasing this Saturday, hopefully. Because if not, if this guy McMillan goes on a decision against Zichenny, who hasn't fought in 2.5 years, what are you doing? So, yeah, we'll see. McMillan by submission. I want to say round 2. I think round 1 he's going to try to showcase striking or something, and then get the submission round 2. Because the submission is crazy. He's a spider. Next fight. Rafael Estevam versus Ethan Ewing, or Ewing, taking Ethan Ewing by decision. I feel like Estevam is every fight I've seen of him, he lays in praise the first two rounds, and then he gives up the third round. I don't think you can really do that with Ethan Ewing. This dude looks like a fucking crazy boxer. His striking is super crisp, super crisp. And I feel like that's enough to at least catch Estevam. And he can't really hype bully you in this situation, because he hype bullied Jesus Aguilar. And then he was outclassed by Charles Johnson. Not outclassed necessarily, but they're the same height. So, yeah. And then on top of that, Ewing just looks more promising with what he showcased against Wellmaker, which I feel like Wellmaker would probably run around laps against Estevam, in my opinion. So, we'll see. That's what I have, though. Ewing by decision. Possibly KO. Next fight, Abdul Rahman Yakiev versus Brenson Ribeiro. This is going to be really easy. Yakiev, KO round 1. This is literally what he's known for. Ali Lorenz, KO round 1. Rafael Caquera, submission, round 1. Brenson Ribeiro, while he does have his showcasings with like Kyle Machado and DR Nogoze, he's not good. He has a chin problem. Yakiev has a stone in his fist. So, expecting a KO round 1. Nothing else to say about that one. Werner Jandiroba versus Tabitha Ricci. I'm expecting a Tabitha Ricci robbery. As per usual. We already know how this goes. This is going to be a robbery for Tabitha Ricci. Werner Jandiroba, I feel like, is good, but I don't think she's there anymore. Losing to Mackenzie Dern says a lot, in my opinion. So, yeah. Taking Tabitha Ricci by decision. Nothing much else to say besides someone's getting robbed. And then the last fight is, or the main event is, Renato Moicano versus Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan KO round 2, possibly even round 1. I'm pretty confident on this one. I can also see a Moicano submission, and I probably most likely will be his only path to victory. But Chris Duncan is on a rip. 1, 2, he looks really good. Balazioki submission win, that looks good. Vucenic submission win, that looks good. Rebecca win, that also looks good. Terrence McKinney submission also looks good. When we look at Moicano wins, he beat BSD, which is really good. He beat Jalen Turner, which is also really good. But when we look at these fights, and then specifically starting from Islam, obviously he's not going to win against Islam. Then you look at Benil. He should have beat Benil. And I think the downfall started against Islam. Something happened between him and Islam during that fight where he just lost it. And now he's on that downfall because he's lost to Dariush. Chris Duncan, on the other hand, had his downfall and he's on his uprising. Moicano at his age isn't going to be doing that. So, taking Chris Duncan by KO round 2, sorry. Expecting something in the beginning where round 1 where they kind of fill each other out. Some big shots will be made. Someone might get hurt that won't press on the gas immediately, but then round two, one way or another, someone's getting finished. So that's what I'm expecting. But yeah, that's all I have for today. I just want to get a quick video out. Didn't feel like rush. I didn't feel like almost not making one like last week. So that was my video. Thank you for watching. This was Mustardketchupmayo 1000, and goodbye.